SIPP. Just after 10 o'clock and around this time every Wednesday morning, we're joined by Johnson County Judge Executive Mark McKenzie. Good morning to you, Judge.
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing very well this morning. Thank you. Yeah. Beautiful morning.
Certainly
beautiful
is.
Morning. Adam, we want to spend a few minutes this morning promoting a really unique event this weekend here in our community. Jeremiah Parsons is with us this morning from Paintsville Tourism, and it's just a really unique experience for a lot of ways. I think we want to talk about the storyline of the play that's going to be performed this weekend, Friday and Saturday. But I think it's important, Jeremiah, that people know who is actually performing this play, all the parties that are involved with this, because it's all local stuff, and it's all local people. And we really want folks to come out and experience this, because let's talk about first who all is working to perform this, and then let's talk about the storyline.
Absolutely. So it's Kentucky's Richest Man, the story of John C.C. Mayo. You've got Noah Ratliff is playing the character of John C.C. Mayo. You also have Clara, who is played by Amelia Kretzer, and that is Mayo's girlfriend and fiance. And then you have Alka, which is ultimately becomes Mayo's wife. But you got to come see that story, how that unfolds, because there's some contention there. That is Sine Powers. We also have Captain Meek, that is played by Jason Kretzer. We've got Doc Turner, that is played by Jonathan Picklesheimer. You've got Reverend Castle, that's played by Hayden Likens, and you've got Farmer George, that's played by our very own Adam Priest.
That's right. Farmer George.
Making his acting debut on the stage at the Historic SIPP Theatre. You've got Paige Meadows, that plays Bertha, his wife, and it's a really unique play. We also have some children that play the younger characters, okay? So you've got young young John that is on there. Elijah Howard is playing John Buckingham, which is Mayo's very best friend, and you've got Aaliyah Richardson that plays the younger version of Clara, and you also have Avi as well, and so Avi Lance, and it's Parsley. Sorry, wonderful. Characters that are local. These are all local folks. They all love the history. And to kind of talk about the history there, they've all really gotten into it. So they've taken the historical walking tour. One of them is driven down to see the Mayo Mansion in Ashland, Kentucky. So there's Mrs. Mayo left and went to Ashland after Mr. Mayo died. So they're down there. They've got all this history. They visited the cemetery. They're going to visit the Mayo Mansion. And so you really have this unique Paintsville, Johnson County, Eastern Kentucky show that's coming to life on stage. And you talk about that. You asked me to talk about that. So it starts with John C.C. Mayo. He's teaching school in Paintsville at the Johnson County Common School around 1888. And we go through and we see his exploration of coal mining in Eastern Kentucky, and the vision that he had for the coal that was here, that people could use this coal. And we needed this coal to really push the Industrial Revolution, and that people outside in the Northeast needed our coal to build, manufacture, and do things. And so he had a vision at that time to sell the coal. And so he started going around and talking to property owners and buying up tracts of land all throughout Eastern Kentucky. So it's a very interesting story, and it goes from there all the way to his death. And I don't want to give away too much of the show. But it tells the story, and it lets you decide. We're not naive to think that that some people think that he was a saint. Some people think he was a con artist. He was a Kentuckian. He was a Paintsvillian, and we let you decide that. And it's very factually based. The show's presented very well.
It's based on a story, obviously, a storyline from an individual here in our community as well.
That's right. Mr. Butch Preston has written this play, and he's done a ton of research with it. He's written this play, and we're happy to bring it to life on stage.
And the Mayo name, obviously, is very common in our community. Mayo Vocational, the Mayo Mansion, Mayo Methodist Church. I mean, obviously it's a very prominent, Mayo Plaza, so it's very prominent. But what folks might not remember or realize with the whole storyline is that that he was the richest person in Kentucky when he died at age 49, which is pretty amazing. I mean, the richest person in Kentucky lived in this community and passed away at the age of 49. And then one of the other interesting things is that, and talking about the history, obviously because of everything that happened associated with him, Paintsville, was the first community in our region to have paved streets, and there was a lot of things obviously that came with all of this activity. So it's unique. The Johnson County Community Foundation, which is a fairly new organization in our community, which is a conduit for providing support for organizations within our community.
Yes.
And they, if you have a particular interest in something that you want to see facilitated or improved in our community, you can donate to the foundation. It's a tax-deductible donation. But then the foundation, which was created a couple of years ago, can distribute those funds to whatever that individuals might want. And so it's really good. We often think about the foundation being that organization for disasters, and they are, but they also are a conduit for assistance for other organizations in our community. And so if folks have interest, and they want to help a particular organization, they want to help a particular effort in our community, but they don't really know how to go about it, the foundation is a good place to start.
Absolutely. They are a wonderful resource. They came up with this idea and wanted to present this, and they came to Main Street Players and said, would you all consider doing this?
Yeah.
And we normally do musicals, so that's one of the things that a historical drama, we had never done one. But it's a story that we need to tell, and so they were here. Not only does it support the Main Street Players, it supports other people in the community. You've got all these different organizations that are here. This is a fundraising event for the foundation, and so they can get more funds to help people in our community.
Yep.
We also help the small businesses because we have to purchase props and set pieces and some costumes, and so it really is a multi agency and a multi people force coming together to produce this show. And the foundation has been fantastic. And like you said, it is a conduit, and it's not just disaster relief. It's not just the arts. It is our community foundation.
That's right. Yeah. And so this is Friday night. So that everyone knows this is Friday night. And there's actually a premiere event Friday night. You can buy tickets for that, which gets you tickets for the premiere event, which is at the 404. Plus, it also gets you tickets to the play, right?
Yes.
And I think those are $30, I think, a ticket. But the play itself is $10 a ticket.
Yeah.
That's not, in this day and time, for entertainment and for value, that's a really good value.
You spend more than that in the drive-thru.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, you do. You spend more than that in the drive-thru.
So this is going to be Friday night and Saturday night.
7:30.
7:30 each night?
Each night. Yep.
Each night. And that's going to be at the Historic SIPP Theatre. But again, just a lot. This is something that has evolved from within our community. Through our community foundation, through our local Main Street Players, through all the other participants in this. But this is a locally generated opportunity, but it tells a story whose story has impacted our country. Basically, I mean,
absolutely. You'll find in the play that Mayo had great visions for Eastern Kentucky, but he had great visions for the country, and he was Kentucky's richest man. But he also had a lot of influence on the national level and got at least one president elected.
Wow.
And you'll find that out when you come to the show.
Well, I think that's a ton of teasers I think we just tossed out there, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So if that doesn't pique your interest, I'm not sure what would, right, Adam?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and especially the fact that we now know that we are in the presence of one of the performers, actors, Friday and Saturday night. That's even more so of an interest, I think, to the community.
Absolutely. I think Adam's scene is probably my favorite scene in the entire show.
He'll get me back for that comment.
Oh, man.
But
yeah,
Kentucky's,
Farmer George needs to learn his lines. That's all I know. So, but we're getting there, and it's fun so far. Rehearsals and all that have been fun.
Yeah. See.
So Kentucky's Richest Man. The play will be Friday night and Saturday night. Showtime is at 7:30. Actually, it says, is it 7:30 each night? Because it says on the flyer 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that is right. 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, 7:30 on Friday, 7 o'clock on Saturday. Again, tickets for the play only are $10 if you want to do the premiere. I think those are $30 a ticket over the 404, and there's some additional information and exhibits and folks that'll be at the premiere event. So it's just a good opportunity, Adam. I mean, I'm giving you a hard time, and I apologize. But
You're good.
But it's a great event, and we need to really push this out, and hopefully folks will show up and enjoy this. Plus, also learn some history of this great community we have.
Absolutely. Tickets are available at the Country Music Highway Museum if you want to buy in person. You can buy online at the Main Street Players Facebook page. There's a ticket link. Also on the Johnson County Community Foundation page, there's a link there as well.
Let's give away 2 tickets, and I don't know how you want to do that, but we'll do 2 tickets. I mean, you can have them call in, but we'll do them now. How you want to do that, and then you give away 2 for later. But we got 4 tickets. We're going to give away pairs of 2. So if you want to tell them the instructions how to do that, we'll get off the air.
Since we're in here, we'll use the text machine for these 2 this morning. If you'd like to win 2 tickets to Kentucky's Richest Man, which I believe these can be used either night.
Either night, correct.
So you
for
can
the play
go
only.
Yeah, you can go Friday night or Saturday night. The story of John C.C. Mayo. So text us the keyword Mayo. How about that? The keyword Mayo. Text that along with your name. Those are the 2 things we need, the word Mayo and then also your name. Text that to 606-789-5311. We're going to do us a drawing here in just a few minutes, and if you want to be in that drawing to win those 2 tickets, text Mayo and your name to 606-789-5311, and you'll get these 2 tickets, and you'll be on your way to the show this weekend.
Absolutely. Adam, also I want to point out that we have special guests joining us on Friday evening at intermission. We have the Point of Joy Studios. Those dancers are going to be there doing some traditional Appalachian and Kentucky dances during intermission. So all that for $10. You can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Well, folks, we're going to come back in just a few minutes after the church bulletin board and a few messages, and we'll draw for and announce our winner of these 2 tickets. We appreciate the folks already texting in, but if you want to be in on that drawing, again, text the keyword Mayo and your name to 606-789-5311, and we'll announce a winner in just a few minutes. It's 98.9 WSIP. Judge, thank you.
Thanks,
Jeremiah,
Adam.
thank you.
Thank
and
you.
we'll be right back.
It's time for the WSIP Church Bulletin Board, and here's today's announcements.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is hosting an emergency preparedness